Hi guys, welcome back to my bubble, and in today's video, as you can see by the title, I am back with a Q&A. Updated. So I'm excited for this one because I have been posting on my community board just for you guys to comment down below any questions you might have for me and blah blah blah, and I will be answering them while I'm sipping some Rosé. And yes, I had to open it because I was just struggling, so I asked my son to open it for me off camera. And fun facts, you guys, this has been sitting in my mother's fridge since March 21st, my birthday. Yes, this was a gift for me and I just never opened it till now. So shall we? Ooh. Okay. I think you guys are gonna enjoy this one, especially for those of you that miss my burps and whatever. I never said I was burping here, but if one comes out, it comes out. All right. Cheers. So let's get right into it because yeah, so I'm gonna start off with the first post that I posted a month ago, which was this one right here. Ew, my phone look all dirty. Anyways, I'm gonna start off with the first questions, and I am going to skip those that weren't questions, that were more so like comments or statements, not really questions. So if you see that I don't read whatever you wrote, that's because I'm only reading questions. And another thing, I want to say thank you to all of you guys, because to my surprise, there wasn't a lot of weird questions. And what I mean by weird questions is, like, you guys know, the burps. When are you burping? When are you farting? Why don't you fart anymore? Like, there were a few, but not a whole bunch. And I was actually expecting most of my questions to be about the burps and the fart and the why don't you do that anymore. But it wasn't. So thank you. These questions actually had substance to them, so I appreciate that so much. So I'm going to start with the first one, which was by Shayla Orozco. She asks, what do you do on weekends? Curious. Are you close with your sister? Let's sip. Ooh, that felt nice. What I do on the weekends. Now, if I'm not working, because I work every other weekend, the weekends that I'm not working, if I'm not in New York, here at my mother's house, I'm in Philly, just chilling really. And sometimes I go out, you know, to the stores to shop, buy things for myself, buy things for the house if needed. You know, if not, I'm just chilling at the house. I don't really do much of anything, or I may be chilling at the house and like filming a video or just on YouTube, like usual, like always. She also asks, are you close with your sister? I don't want to say like close, but we have a good relationship. It's kind of like one of those, my sister is a few years older than me, a couple years older than me. So it's not like, oh, we go out, we blah blah blah, because I don't do that with anyone, period. But we have each other's back, in a nutshell. She's there for me when I need her, and I'm there for her whenever she needs me. So that's the type of relationship we have. I must say, when I was younger, like a little girl, I was very close to her because I just love her. Like, she's my older sister. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to say we're close like that, but we have a good relationship. It's kind of like I got you type of, you know, relationship, and I love that. So next question. Kevork Tanilian, sorry if I butchered your name. She asks, I'm not sure if you're Kavork, I don't know if that's the male or female's name, sorry. They ask, are you used to burp in public? I don't burp in public. That's just nasty. Now, just because you see me burping on camera or when I'm eating or when I'm home, I do it all the time. I don't care. But in public, no. I can control myself, except this one time, and I think I spoke to you guys about that in one of my mukbangs, that I was talking to someone and it just came out. It just came out and I was so embarrassed. But yeah, I'm not used to burping in public. Carolina Evan asked, are you single? No. Shayla Orozco asked again, would you ever color your hair? If so, what color? But your hair is perfect for real. Thank you, babes. Thank you so much. And as you guys can see, I did color my hair. I went, you know, blonde, like kind of like the skunk style. I didn't want to do it all the way just because I'm scared of like bleaching my hair and messing with my hair like so drastically like that. But I did want a little change, so I just did the fronts. And I really like it. I won't do more than that though. And I have dyed my hair in the past before. I've had my hair red, I've had my ends green, I've had them blue, I've had my hair like the whole thing burgundy once upon a time. Like, I've dyed my hair before, but I like it black. I stick to my black because it just goes. Who's next? Natalie Antonio asked, are you married, single, or divorced, or in an entanglement? You never speak on it. I know you're about privacy. You may not want to speak on it, but I thought I'd ask just out of plain old curiosity. I've never been married, and I'm not single. Next question by Dima B1. Do you love doctorate? Do you love, I guess is, do you love to decorate your home? And if you do, why not make a video about it? And can you tell us what's your job and how you manage taking care of the kids and your job? Okay, so I love to decorate my home. Yes and no. So before I moved on my own, before I left my mother's house, I never really cared about decorating or anything like that because my mommy always did it. She always handled that. She always took care of that. She did her stuff, you know. Now that I'm on my own, I do like to. I really do. I don't go crazy in the house in Philly simply because you guys already know I have babies, 2 3-year-olds, and they have other plans for me, you know what I'm saying? So what I want to do with the house and what I have in my mind and what I like visualize and, you know, what I have, they just, it's not gonna happen with them. So I'm not saying that my house is a mess and it's just crazy, but it's just not how I want it to be because of the twins. But I have been getting very inspired, and I've been letting my little Martha Stewart out here in my mother's house. And if you like, I can show you, and I'll insert some little clips here and there of how I've decorated her living room, her dining room, and I've helped her with her bedroom as well. I'll insert clips so you can see what I've done. It's not ready all the way because there's still some little things that I want to do here and there, but I have been getting really inspired just here because can't nobody mess it up here. Mommy got no little kids, mommy got no babies running around, you know. So I know that whatever I do is going to stay as is and it's going to stay intact. So I love decorating my mom's house. That I do. The next question I have here is by Jim2Wavy. He asks, does eating all that food make you shit? Laughing my ass off. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. I shit every day, all the time. Natalia Hernandez asks, do you shop on Amazon? Would you do a Amazon haul? Who is the YouTuber you most watch that you can recommend? Okay. I do shop on Amazon. Not like heavy to the point where I like have Prime because that's how much I shop. No. I actually do have an Amazon haul, so stick around for that. And what else did she ask? Who is a YouTuber you watch the most that you can recommend? Now, I watch a lot of YouTubers, but I watch like different kinds of YouTubers. Like I watch vloggers, daily vloggers, I watch fragrance gurus, I watch makeup people, like mukbangers. So it all depends what you're interested in watching. Like if you like to watch, you know, like anything beauty related, I would recommend, who's a YouTube that Rosita Applebum, Beauty by Rosita. I watch her. I've been watching her for years and years and years and years. If you like mukbangers, I like to watch Kathy Eats. She is like, it's just so satisfying to watch her because she's like the prettiest thing, always like very dainty, very girly, you know. Her setup is just the cutest girly thing, but she eats like a monster. Like she eats and she's she's so small. So that's if you like to watch people eating. If you like to watch fragrance reviews, watch me. I'm kidding. I like to watch It's MJ. She's one that I always watch. Also Jasmine Bullard, I like to watch her. She's another like fragrance and hygiene guru. And if you like to watch daily vlogs, I would definitely highly recommend The Life of Kiara. She vlogs every day, her life, her stuff, her story. Check it out. So those are the people that, amongst others of course, but I always watch the videos. Mackie903 asked, aloha, your videos and mukbangs are always the bomb. Hope one day, oh I'm sorry, that's not a question, but he does have a question. So yeah. The next question is by Liliana Rojas. She asked me a few actually. I'll read it to you in a minute. She asked, how does it feel to raise a teenage girl and a teenage boy? I currently have a 13-year-old girl and I'm just watching her grow so beautiful and big so fast and trying to prepare myself because I don't think I'm ready. LOL. Your teenage daughter and son are so beautiful and handsome. God bless you and your family. Thank you so much, Liliana. God bless you and yours. And let me tell you, girl, it is hard. It is hard raising those two monsters. And I'm only going to talk about the teenage ones because you specifically said the teenage girl and boy, not the twins. So you guys already know I've spoken about this a lot on my video. I've spoken about it a lot on my videos, how I was a teenage mom. I had my firstborn when I was 16. She is now 15, and my son, I had him when I was 18 and he is now 13. It is hard, you guys. It's hard because when I first had them, when I first had my daughter, I was a kid myself. So I had all the help that I needed from my mom. My mom pretty much took over. Like, she took charge, she took over. So it was pretty much like she was raising us together. So I came up with my daughter more so like a sister rather than a mom. After I was like in my early 20s, that's when I kind of like took more charge as a mother, you know. But it's tough. It's very hard because now that she's 15, it's kind of like I don't know what to expect, you know. It's like I know what to expect, but I don't know what to expect. I kind of like, I've always had the relationship with her where it's more so a friendship than a mother-daughter thing. Like, we've always been like this. We have an amazing bond, I'll tell you that much. We have a very nice bond. She feels comfortable coming to me for things, you know, like she feels like she's talking to a friend. And I know some people may look at that sideways, like, oh, your daughter shouldn't feel like she's talking to a friend when she's talking to you. She needs to know that you're her mother first. I get that, I respect that, but that's not my case. That's not my situation. It's like I said, I came up with her. It was more so like, that's my little sister more than anything else, you know. And I know at times, especially now that she's a teenager, she's growing up, and the friends and the boys and all of that stuff, I need to be a bit more firm with her, with both of them. It's kind of hard because I'm a softie when it comes to my kids. Like, I'm really a big softie when it comes to them, and it's like, sometimes it's like, damn, I know I need to be tough, but I don't want to be tough on them. Like, I don't want them to see me like that. And it's just hard. Like, I'm just a sweetheart, period. So I can't be like mean and evil, you know. It's just hard for me to do. But you mentioned something about I don't think she's growing up so beautiful, big, so fast. You're watching her grow up so beautiful, big, and so fast, and you're trying to prepare yourself, and you don't think you're ready. I know what that means. You're trying to prepare yourself for the boys, and for the I had my first kiss, and for everything that follows. My best advice to you is, don't overreact. Whatever she tells you, if she tells you, don't overreact. Because I don't know what type of relationship you have with your daughter. I don't know if she comes to you to tell you certain things. I don't know if you guys speak about certain things and how you go about it. But all I can say is don't overreact. Because if she does come to you, you want her to keep coming to you. You want her to come to you and tell you more, rather than go to her little friends and have her friends guide her in the wrong direction. Who better than mom, right? Like me, I am so happy to say that my daughter, I'm not gonna sit here and say she comes to me for everything, because I don't know that. I don't know that. But I can say that she has come to me for a lot of huge changes in her life, a lot of big things in her life. She comes to me, and although she may be scared to tell me at first, or she don't know how to tell me, she tells me, and that's the most important thing. Like, the other day she told me something, and I really, it just kind of like took me off guard, and I was just like, what did you just say? But I didn't overreact. It was more so like understanding thing, because I was her age once, you know. So I know, like, I know things are gonna happen. I know she's a growing kid, but the best thing that you can do is just be open with her. Tell her things how it is. Don't be afraid, none of that. And always let her know that you're there for her. Give her the support she needs, but also tell her, you know, what it is and what it ain't. Now, as far as my son, he's completely different. He's way different than my daughter. I must say my daughter is beyond her years. Although she's 15, she is beyond her years, and I'm so happy to say that she is way smarter than what I was when I was her age, for sure. So that makes me happy. Now my son, he is the epitome of me. Like, he is the male version of me, and that kind of worries me, because I did a lot of dumb shit when I was like growing up and when I was his age, just to seem cool, you know, just to excuse me, just to look like that girl in front of my friends and all of that stuff. And that's the worst thing that you can do, because that's gonna get you in some shit. And it did, and it did, and it is with him. So it's tough, and especially for him, because he's a boy, you know. Everything is much tougher on men, on men in society. Everything is just harder for them, period. So it kind of worries me. And another thing is, he's not very talkative. Like, he doesn't come to me like my daughter does, and he doesn't sit down and tells me, oh mommy, this and that is happening, or I got this going on, you know. Like, I have to like pick and pull and like pick at his brain to find out what the hell is going on. And it's tough. It's tough because I never know. And he's 13 and he's a boy, so he's getting into really dumb shit, you know. And like I said, I'm not tough like that on my kids. I try to be understanding. I try to talk to them and see where we can get at and how we can solve things. But it's different and it's tough. He is very closed off, and that kind of worries me because I want to know. I want to know what the hell is going on with all of my kids, you know. But I guess all you could do is just pray for the best and just pray that they you know, that they're in the right direction. Just pray that God covers them with his protection, because you know, life is still gonna happen. They're gonna make their own mistakes, but you just got to be there to support them and help them get through it as a mother. That's all you can do. So I hope that answered your question. So in a nutshell, just how does it feel? It's terrifying. It's terrifying. It's scary, but at the same time it's fun because I'm not an old hag, you know. My teenage kids, I'm 32, my daughter's 15, my son is 13. Whenever we go out, it's a ball. It's a ball. It feels like, a lot of people ask me if those are like my siblings and stuff. We just have a good time together and we talk to each other as if we're friends. So we really have a good relationship. My son, he's hilarious. Like, he's a clown, he's a jokester, and I love it. I love it. He could be a little annoying sometimes, but it's like in the best way possible. But it is a little bit, in today's society, it is very worrisome. You're gonna worry, you're gonna stress, you're gonna overthink, but as long as you're open with your child and just make sure that you guys have, you know, conversations and you have that bond where she feels comfortable with you, girl, there's nothing like it, because you're going to feel free to let her know what's up, and hopefully it sticks. Hopefully it sticks. That's all you can pray for. Hopefully it sticks, and hopefully they listen. I hope I answered that question thoroughly. My camera is about to die, so if the quality of this video suddenly changes, you guys, you know why. Then Fatima Fontes asks, can you do a video on one of your mom's cooking? I love Spanish food. I sure can, girl. I asked my mom just yesterday if she'd be willing to do a cooking video, and she said she would. Like, mommy is down. She does not tell me no. She is that mom that she will support, like yes, girl, we can definitely do that for you. She's down. She said yes. So sorry you guys, the quality just changed and it looks horrible, but let's just get through this video quickly. I'm gonna be like drunk by the time I'm done, I swear. Anyways, Underdog asked, do you see yourself staying in Philly long term? Looking forward to your Q&A video. Thanks for the question. Do I see myself staying in Philly long term? No, I don't. Shayla Orozco asked, Shayla again, she asked, do you have happy kids? Curious, how did you meet your honey? Sorry if I asked lots of questions. Don't be sorry, girl. I want you to ask lots of questions. And thank you. I mean, I try to make my kids happy any way possible, literally. And I met my honey 4 years ago. It was a customer that used to go all the time to the shop that I used to work in here in New York, and he gifted him to me when he was 3 weeks old, and we've just been in love ever since. Next question is, let's see. Subber asked, do the fart and burp comments annoy you? Yes, they do. ILGTF asked, have you been farting lately? I fart all the time, every day, honey. All the time, every day. Chris Payne asked, are you trying to visit Hawaii? I remember that was your dream vacation, and that still is my dream vacation. It's still on my bucket list. But I don't know when it's gonna happen. Going to Hawaii is pretty pricey, and it's not yet, but it's coming, just not yet. So Dima B1 asks, how you manage taking care of yourself and taking care of your family and work. Maybe it's just me, but I feel the struggle every single day, and I wish you can give us some decoration tips from your style. I can imagine you're good at decor, and if you can give some tips of your diet, I mean, you're in good shape for a mom. Well, thank you. And I believe you asked a question already, and I might have missed the whole job and taking care of myself part, and I'm sorry for that, but I'll answer it here. How do I manage taking care of myself and taking care of my family and work? Taking care of myself, it's, for me, it's the little things. Like, there's a thing, ew, I really hate the quality of this. Like, wow, my phone is so trash. I look dark, I look blotchy, like, anyways, I digress. But back to your question, how I take care of myself, little things. Little things I like to indulge in, little things that I like to do. For example, something so simple such as a shower. Like, I love to just shower and just indulge in a very therapeutic, aromatic shower. And then afterwards, lather up in lotion and then drench myself in perfume. That right there is a mood booster for me. Absolutely love it. That, and also YouTube. Like, this is an outlet for me. I like to come on here and just, you know, give content out, do the things that I like to do, fragrance reviews, makeup hauls, things like that. Those are little ways that I like to take care of myself, because trust me, you guys, when you have kids, I have 4, when you have a whole, you know, when you're on your own and you're dealing with just so much, it's real easy to fall into that hole of just letting yourself go and just feeling like shit. So you need to just stay on top of that and make sure that this is okay. Like I said, little things, whatever it is that makes you happy, whatever it is that makes you feel good, just do it. Now, if you have the luxury to do bigger things like booking a flight every month or buying them $3,000 shoes that you want, buy them, girl. Book that flight, buy those shoes, do that shit for your damn self. If you can. If you can't, little things. Like I said, little things, whatever it is that makes you happy, whatever it is that makes you smile, whatever it is that changes your whole mood, do that. That's how I take care of myself. As far as work is kind of like an escape for me, because literally I do more at home than what I do at work. At work, I work a 9 to 5. Not literally a 9 to 5. I work a 7 to 3, but it's still like 8 hours. And I'm just sitting on my ass dealing with people. Literally just sitting on my ass. I don't do too much. I mean, granted, it's a job, right? So it gets busy here and there. But for the most part, I'm just straight chilling at work. And I have been blessed because pretty much all of my jobs have been like that, where I don't have to do too much. I mean, that's my motto, you know, just take it easy, everything easy, you know, work smart, not hard. So like I said, I do more at home than what I do at work. So work, I don't really, I mean, of course you always encounter them bitchy people, them shitty people, but that's anywhere you go. So work is cool. Like, my hair is getting kind of like puffy and I'm just hot. It might be the drink, but whatever. As far as a family, honestly, I thought it would be way harder being on my own, but it's not. And it's only because I don't have all 4 kids with me. Like, my 2 older kids, they didn't like Philly. They wanted to stay here, you know, they were in school here, they knew their friends here, amongst other things, but they're here in New York with my mom, and so is the dog. So just having the twins in Philly and having to deal with just the twins is way easier on me. And I kind of like to set a routine for us. Like, I have a routine for the morning, I have a routine for when we get home after work and after daycare. I have a routine for bedtime. So I try to set routines for me and the twins. So that's just really, it's not too bad. It's honestly not too bad. And again, like I said, that's only because I don't have all 4 children and the dog with me in the same house. Now, if that was the case, it would probably be a little bit tougher, I'm sure, but I can't complain. Excuse me, I cannot complain. And also he said, Dima, I'm sorry, Dima, she said, you're good at decor. If you can already answer that, I'll insert whatever I inserted. I'll show you. And Can you give us some tips for your diet? I mean, you're in good shape for a mom. Thank you. Thank you. I definitely take that as a compliment. But girl, I am the biggest I've ever been. Like, I'm 132 pounds, I believe. And it's just crazy because I have never been this big. Never been this big. And I don't work out. I love to eat. I don't have no type of exercise routine going. Nothing. I just eat. I eat. And I do sometimes start like to work out and stuff. You know, I go at it for 2-3 days and then I stop one day and then it's just like hard for me to go back. It's gotten so hard for me to just be consistent. I hate working out. I hate it, but I love to eat. So it's like, girl, you got to pick. Are you going to be a friggin' huge slob or are you going to get it together? You know what I'm saying? But I've been blessed that I haven't like blown up, you know, because I do eat. Like I said, I love to eat, but I don't really have a routine or a diet or anything like that. And it's so crazy because before, when I was here with my mom and when I was in my early 20s, I could last 3 freaking days not eating or just eating healthy and I would lose like 5 pounds. Now, after I hit my 30s, it's so hard to lose 2 pounds. Like, it is so freaking hard. And I can really see how some women let themselves go after, you know, they have kids and after they're in a house with a husband and kids and the cooking and the cleaning and all that extra shit. Like, I can see how easy it is for that to happen, and it's just, it sucks. But I check myself. Although like I said, I don't really work out and I don't really go by a diet, but I kind of like to check myself when I feel like it's getting out of hand. I just stop. I may like stop eating for like a day, or I may I don't know, or take a laxative or something. I kind of check myself in that way. But yeah, I mean, thank you for the compliments, but I'm not where I want to be. I'm really not where I want to be when it comes to my weight. I don't think I'm fat, but I've definitely gained weight. I mean, I moved to Philly 2 years ago and I was like 118 pounds. I'm now 130, 132. It's not huge, but it's a noticeable change. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna be drunk by the time I finish this video. Jaleel Odom asks, thank you. Thank you so much for your continuous support. He's a real one. He's always commenting on my videos. He asked, I'll stick with an easy one. What's your favorite color? You should know this by now because you've been around for forever. It's yellow. It is yellow. Here we go with Mackie903 again. He asks, are you planning any trips? Would you consider coming to Hawaii? Would like to host with you a mukbang. It's a smaller ethnic melting pot like New York. Am I planning any trips? Not for this year. I'm not. I'm just out of it. Like, I don't want to take any trips. I'm not physically ready. I'm not mentally ready. I'm not financially ready. Like, I really don't want to go anywhere this year, honestly. Next year for sure. Like, I really do want to go to DR next year, and I'm due for a trip with my kids, like the older two. Like, before I had the twins, I would always go on trips with them. We went to Disney, we went to Universal. We tried always going somewhere every year, and I haven't done that with them in a really long time. So hopefully, God willing, I'm able to take a trip with them. And I want it to be DR. Briandy's never been to DR. Jared has. He went to DR with my mother. But I would like for us 3 to go because I'll be 33, she'll be 16, he'll be 14. So it will be just so dope and so fun, and I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully that happens in 2023. What I consider coming to Hawaii. Hawaii is on my bucket list. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but it's definitely on my bucket list. Hawaii is pretty pricey. Like, it's pricey, and I wanted Hawaii to be like a family trip where my siblings go, my mother goes, all the kids go. Yeah, so I really don't know when that's gonna happen, but it's in my bucket list. Kathy Loves asks, do you miss living in New York with your mom? Girl, all the time, every day, 25/8. home is where my mother is. So yes, I do all the time. Emily Volmar asks, what did you love about living in New York the most? Do you like living in PA? Would you ever move to any other state? So the first question, what did you love about living in New York the most? What I loved about being here the most was, well, I've been here all my life. So it was just easy for me to commute, to go places, because I knew my city, I knew my way around. So that's what I love the most, just being able to go to the city on the weekends, see the lights, go out with my kids, do things like just Google up a restaurant and just say, we're going there this weekend, because I knew how to get there. I knew how to, you know, travel around and get myself, you know, wherever I wanted to go. So that's what I love the most. I'm not even gonna say the people, because New York is very congested. So, and I'm not really, I don't like being around too many people. So I won't even say that, but it's just being able to, just the fact that I knew my city, that's what I love the most. And of course, downtown New York is like the best. The lights, the people, like the stores, the shopping areas. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful, and I love that. I love the city. I love the city. Do you like living in PA? No. Would you ever move to any other state? I don't know. I mean, have I ever been to any other state? I've been to Jersey. I've been to, that's it. Oh, PA. I don't know, honestly. And that's it, you guys. That concludes my Q&A. I hope I answered all of your questions the right way. I hope this was helpful. I hope this gave you like a little insight of, you know, what's going on with me, how I am, how my children are, etc., and blah blah blah. I'm not really too out there with my business and stuff like that, just because, I mean, I don't mind it to a certain extent, you know, but not, I wouldn't say I would like just, you know, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Anyways, you guys, I'm feeling a little buzz. I'm feeling a little buzz. And it is 4:23, and I have a bus to catch at 6:45 back to Philly. I'm feeling a little buzz. I'm not even gonna lie. This was not a good idea. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in, oh my god, I hate the quality. Like this, I need a new phone, because this is shitty. Like, I look like dark, white, dark. Like, this is bad. Where's my camera, bro? Like, that shit died. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.